Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. I got a video today from acenate.
Twisted idea out there is that men should feel overwhelming gratitude and thank their lucky stars when they receive attention from women. And this message is, of course, always delivered by a woman who clearly thinks way too highly of herself. I blame makeup.
Average at best women.
And these men are also told to keep their expectations low and don't judge her. And when that idea gets expressed, the message always comes wrapped, in anger, misandry, and it has become a regular part of the way people talk about men.
It is.
Social media has made the 1% of women who are so freaking stunning and gorgeous available to men visually. This has honestly rotted their freaking brain. They think that if you are not like social media hot in real life, which is so unattainable for most of us women, that you are just like no good. You're mid. You're nothing. They will just bash you.
Are mid.
But here's the thing. The social media hottie, they have positioned themselves in a way where these men feel like, oh, I might have a chance. Let me tell you something, honey bunny. No, you do not. Unless you're just...
I don't think many men think that they have a chance with Instagram hotties.
Jeff Bezos or some extremely rich man or have some sort of lineage of wealth, you have zero access to these women. So you need to fall in line. Meanwhile, most of us women are happy if you even look like a freaking thumb. As long as you're nice to us, the bar is so goddamn low. Okay, you can look like Thing. All right, you don't even need to be much. You don't even need to really be that appealing. Are you nice?
News to me.
Are you maybe not going to cheat on us for a little bit?
Like the gaslighting that they're kind of, spewing at us right now, as if normal guys are the guys they're truly after.
Are you going to treat us right? Like, honestly, the bar for men.
Are you nice? Hey, guys, I don't know if you knew this, but if you're just nice to the women, they'll date you and they'll want to you and everything, and they will be grateful because you're so much better than all the other men. You're meeting the bare minimum and whatnot, so you can look like a thumb. Just be super nice and tell her you're not going to cheat on her, and everything's going to be okay. You're going to have an abundance of women throwing themselves at you. You're full of shit, lady.
It's so goddamn low, and they just think like, oh, look at this girl I'm scrolling through. You don't know her, and she don't know you, and she don't want to. Okay, you really have, honestly, you're rotted. You're rotted, okay? You're cooked. There's no way that the 1%, which seems like there's more because on social...
It's just so funny that projection is so strong with these women. They're like, oh, they think that men are chasing the 1% women? Which is so incorrect. It's beyond incorrect.
Social media. Do you know how many people are in this world? So fucking many.
Tell me.
And that 1% of smart women, of stunning, beautiful, intelligent women come on this app because God bless you, queen. You know what you're doing and how to make money. But it has made men have this illusion of availability that they can actually get women like that.
Are the 10 out of 10s in the room with us right now?
No, you cannot. No, you cannot. So stop. Halt. Pump the brakes. You are not all that. In fact, most women hate men. And in this era of having a man is embarrassing, you should be blessed to have a woman even blink in your direction. Okay? But the availability of these like...
So we should just settle for you.
Super hotties is not what you think it is. Okay? It's really not that serious. Y'all better stop.
So first things first, this thing she's describing, right, where one gender believes they can pursue the other gender and succeed, even when that other gender is above them in sexual market value, that is not a male behavior. I'm not going to say there are no men who do this. That would be ridiculous. But if we zoom out, and not much, we can see that what she's describing here is not a male issue. It is a female issue. As a matter of fact, when you go into the manosphere or male spaces, there's a heavy emphasis on male self-improvement, not entitlement. Right? You
guys don't deserve women. You must earn I say it all the time.
Improve in order to get the woman you're pursuing. And this is even for average women. If you want a 10 out of 10, you better become the real deal. And men are aware of this. Whereas if you go into female spaces, there's none of that, right? It's mostly entitlement.
Slay
know your worth.
queen.
Don't settle. You have a lot going for you. The last guy, who dumped you was intimidated.
Bare minimum.
The right guy will come along. He's going to sweep you off your feet. It'll happen when you least expect it. What are some more? He wasn't good enough for you. You deserve better. These are all the things that are told to women, in terms of finding a mate. And for men, it's like, lose weight, make more money, get stronger, be more charismatic.
Learn to have conversations with people, especially the opposite sex.
Looks max. Become great at something.
Maybe do your eyebrows or something. Because again, some of you guys are like, oh, I get my eyebrows threaded and then I get facials and stuff. They're like, oh, it's so feminine for you to do it. You're just trying to look the best you can. Like, right? I think that's the whole thing, is to look the best you can. Why do you get nice haircuts? Why do you get, all like dressed up nicely? Why wouldn't you just like trim your face up a little bit to make it look better? Those are just small little things that you can improve on, looks maxing, to give you better odds.
Learn PUA, level up in life, right? Gain status. It's all about improvement. And I believe we actually need to collectively point at women and tell them, lower the ego. Stop thinking your appearance is your appearance with makeup. It's not. Stop comparing men's appearance versus your appearance when you're hiding half your real features with makeup.
Not just makeup, fake eyelashes, hair extensions, freaking done up nose, Botox.
And I think what this woman is going through is, she's online and she's seeing guys speak up and say to women on the internet, no, you're not as hot as you think you are. You're actually mid.
Yeah.
And she's seeing those same guys call other women prettier than her mid. And so in order for her to cope and not completely lose her sanity, she has to convince herself, well, this is only happening because men are rotted in their brains after being exposed to too many pretty women on social media. And that's what's making these men call these women mid.
It's not that these women think that they see other hot women and no one's ever said anything against them being hot. They think they're the hottest stuff.
When the truth is, talking about her, yes, you are average. And that is generous.
Maybe.
Again, she's got a bunch of makeup on. I would love to see her without it. But the bottom line is, the sexual marketplace is not full of average men pursuing above average women and expecting that to work, but rather average women pursuing above average men and expecting that to work. Also, by the way, a super wealthy guy is infinitely more valuable than a hot social media woman.
True.
And her acting like you have to be Jeff Bezos level or have a lineage of wealth to get access to like
average women,
hot social media women, is laughable. A wealthy man is so much more valuable than a girl with a pretty face, and it's not even fucking close. And we should stop acting like it is.
When I was married, my husband used to get annoyed at me because I would go on Instagram or like social media and see people on nice vacations, and I'd be like, ooh, like that looks like a good trip, like we should take a vacation. And he was like, stop comparing our lives to people on Instagram.
So mean.
Anyway, I don't know where that man is anymore, but I'm here on vacation at
by
the
yourself.
beach. Crystal clear water, white sand. So, just your sign to leave your husband.
Stop stop comparing your life to other people's lives on social media is great advice.
It is.
It's not advice that, stifles a woman's self-discovery. It's not advice that is oppressive or toxic masculinity. Saying that to your wife does not make you an evil misogynist, doesn't make you a shitty husband, doesn't mean you deserve to get left like this woman here is trying to hint at. Yeah, no, my husband once told me that I should stop comparing my life to that of strangers on social media. Well, that was too far, and so because he said that, now he's not my husband, and I'm here at the beach, That'll show him. And by the way, if your husband sounds like that, then he deserves to be left too. It's funny on the topic of social media comparison and whatnot.
It's like they can't even say, "Oh, that makes sense, babe." Yeah, I probably shouldn't compare my life to others. No, it's so what? How dare you tell me that? I'm gonna do the complete opposite of what you told me, and then live my life and leave you. How did that turn out to be that?
Well, I bet she was following some woman on Instagram who posts highlight reels, perfect vacations.
Shits on men.
Probably even had a husband with her. And that made it so much more frustrating for this woman. Because her husband, he doesn't want to. Her husband tells her she should stop comparing her life to theirs. Husband is probably, the woman's husband probably on her social media, smiling ear to ear because he knows the camera is on, right? And this woman looks at that and thinks, wow, her husband is so supportive, so enthusiastic about traveling. Oh, but my husband, he doesn't support it. He doesn't jump up and down at the idea of boarding a plane, That must mean he's not as good as that guy. That must mean I deserve better.
I mean, they say comparison is the thief of joy. When you might be happy with what you have, but then when you compare it to better or more, you always feel away.
Oh, I'm missing out. Maybe I should leave him. And that's the process.
I've never believed all women. No. And DoorDash girl just solidifies it even more.
Yep.
I am the mother of a young boy, and women like the DoorDash girl terrify me. Because what do you mean? All a woman has to do is just claim that it happens and she can ruin a man's life. What do you mean? Without any evidence, without anything. She can just say...
Even with evidence against her, she was still able to present it and still get sympathy.
Say that he did something.
Yep.
And then it's just taken as gospel?
Yep.
What do you mean?
Yes.
And this goes both ways, by the way. So
no, it doesn't.
Don't sit there and come at me in the comment section. But the fact that this woman had everybody in the beginning convinced that this man had SA'd her just because she said so. Wild.
I was totally with her until she said,
the other thing.
This goes both ways. Obviously, that was an attempt to shield herself from the rabid feminists in her comments section.
Yep.
But the fact is, it doesn't actually go both ways simply because it doesn't happen. So by that fact alone...
It happens. I'm sure there's men accusing women and maybe getting something out of it, but not enough to even mention something about it.
In practice, it doesn't go both ways because men don't do this.
We don't.
And also, if a guy did, it just wouldn't be treated the same way at all. Actually, if you look up man falsely accuses woman, you're actually going to get a ton of results of men being freed or being exonerated from the false accusations that were put on them by women. So it's like, no, it doesn't go both ways. That's a cop-out. I mean, I
can somewhat understand her trying to protect herself from the feminist attack, but yeah.
Look how people react when adult female teachers are literally found guilty, right? And there's evidence that shows they are abusing their child students. It's just not treated the same way.
It is not.
Actually, them being found guilty is not treated as harshly as it is when a man is simply accused. So it doesn't go both ways. Yeah. But I mean, honestly, that DoorDash girl story kind of did a lot for our cause.
It really did.
There hasn't really been something that big in a long time where a woman
I
got
think the last one technically was like the Johnny Depp stuff. And then like during that era of stuff.
exposed for lying about this, sort of thing that is sexual in nature. So, I mean, the feminists took a massive step back with that girl. And you could tell by the way she spoke, she was absolutely a feminist. So it kind of just vindicated the things that I've been saying for a while. And it was, it was vindication at a grand scale. And I mean, she said this guy set everything up. He planned to be laying there in the nude with the door wide open as she approached with his DoorDash. And as it turns out, the evidence obtained by the police shows she opened the door and filmed the guy in his own home. Oh, and then posted it online. Obviously, you're not allowed to do that. Not only because nudity is not allowed on these platforms, but you wouldn't even be allowed to have that video footage privately on your phone because this man did not consent to that.
Correct.
Hey, ladies, keyword consent. You ever heard of it?
They require men to give it or to get it, but they never require men to give it.
So, no, you can't have that video. You creep. And really, women are only going to empathize with us on this topic when they have a vested interest.
Yeah.
And in this case, she does, right? Which is her son. So maybe if we could get more boy moms, we would see less support of feminism.
That's the hard thing. There's a lot less people having kids in general, Nate, right? So it's just so hard for there to be boy moms when half of them are going to be girl moms too. And then the other half of that, it's half kids, half boy mom. So freaking a full half of no kids. It's a lot of people.
But I don't think it's not that simple because, it's deeply rooted in our institutions and in where we influence the minds of the youth. But either way, her playing the victim and then ultimately getting arrested and the truth coming out that she completely invented the situation is a huge win in the fight on false accusations.
No, Nate's right. Most people aren't going to say or speak up until it affects them personally, until they actually have skin in the game. Just like that woman has her son in the game. Like her son is going to deal with a lot of these things. So of course she's worried. And it's not a bad thing, right? Because most people aren't going to be worried about things that don't really affect them negatively. It's just how the world works. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. And I'll catch you guys next time. Ciao.